everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. God was just really emphasizing and bringing up this concept this morning. And this is kind of a correctional word, but this is also should be a really encouraging word and a self-examining word for all of us when we are examining our own personal walk with God. So I have a question I want to pose to you this morning that God was saying, pose this to my people. He was saying, if God asked you to drop whatever you're doing today for him, would you still be okay? Would you still have your identity in him? And let me explain what that means a little bit more in depth, okay? A lot of us have spent our lives building things, building empires, doing different things in different spheres of influence. For some of you guys, it may be a ministry that you've started for the Lord. For some of you guys, it may be an outreach. For pastors, maybe you started a church for God. For other people, maybe you started a business for the Lord. Whatever it may be, there's a lot of different things. And what can happen if we aren't careful is you can start to get more of your identity and that thing that you are building for God than you do getting your identity and being a child of God. And ladies and gents, I want to tell you, this is really, really, really dangerous, okay? So often many people form their identity around the outreach, whatever that thing is that they are doing for God, instead of around being a child of God and just embracing God's love and their walk with him. And so I want to say this as a cautionary word to you guys today. Never let a cause, whatever that cause may be, even if it's a good cause, even if you're working for Jesus, okay, be more important than your personal walk with him, okay? God doesn't have to give us these things that he allows us to steward, whatever it may be in your sphere of influence, even if it's just raising up your kids, he doesn't have to give that stuff to you, okay? He can always take this stuff away if he wants to, or if we're not stewarding it well. And you know what? One of the most dangerous things that we can do is to make an idol out of our call. It's to make an idol out of what we are called to do for the kingdom. So many people are more interested in fame, status, fortune, etc., than they are actually being in a relationship with God himself. Many people use God to build their own name and their own platform, and that's dangerous, ladies and gents. This could look like, just in the business world or, in the Christian sector, right? And so that's really scary, ladies and gents. I wanted to read you Jonah 2:8 today. It says, those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. Did you guys know that sometimes ministry can get in the way of your love for God? Hello, who am I talking to today? Some people will let ministry and even things that they're doing for Jesus become an idol in their personal life. And scripture just said in this passage that it causes them to turn away from God's love for them. I want to tell you guys something today. If you don't have time for your personal time with God and you do have time for whatever that cause is that you're helping to steward every day, something is off. Something is wrong, ladies and gents, okay? And I know this is hard to hear. I'm not saying that what you're doing for God isn't good or important. It is. But what I am saying to you is that if you aren't careful, that cause that you're doing for the Lord can become an idol in your life very quickly if you don't keep check on this stuff, ladies and gents, okay? And so I want to reiterate the question I asked you initially. If God asked you to drop whatever that cause is, whatever that endeavor is that you've been building, you've been stewarding, you've been working on today for him, would you still be okay? Could you still be like, you know what, God, I'd be a little sad if that happened, but my walk is with you. If you asked me to give it all up today, I would walk away from this stuff and we would still be okay. I would still wholeheartedly serve you in my walk with God. And, I would still love being one of your kids. I would just love being in a relationship with you. If you can't truly answer yes to that question, it's time to get in your prayer closet, ladies and gents. It's time to focus on getting your walk with the Lord back. And maybe you need to take a season where you kind of put stuff on hold and you go, okay, God, I've gotten out of alignment here. I haven't had God time in days, and yet I have time to keep pouring into this ministry, this business, whatever it is every day. That's a problem, ladies and gents. So I know, again, that this is a little bit hard to hear today, but I want to say that it's really, really important. You cannot get to the place where your identity is more anchored in what you do for the Lord than in who God is, and you just being his kid and you being his child and walking in personal relationship with him. Amen. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll chat with you soon.